Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to talk about some new luxury beauty launches that have really excited me so far this spring. The first 2 months of the year I've spent in a slumber, just loving and using what I have, and I wasn't really tempted by that many new launches, but then March came around and there is a lot of stuff making me excited to get ready in the morning and to put my makeup on. And as always, we're going to be mixing in the new stuff with old tried and true spring beauty favorites. We're all about balance here on my channel. The overall theme that I've noticed for my spring makeup mood this year is elevated sparkles. These two eyeshadow palettes in particular have reinvigorated my love for beautiful shiny things. But before we dive into the makeup, I wanted to talk about another beautiful elevated shiny thing that I love, and that is diamond jewelry. Thank you so much to Idol for sponsoring this portion of the video and for making the coolest diamond earrings that I just can't get enough of. They just make for the perfect everyday touch of luxury in my life. Idol is a jewelry brand that makes beautiful, high quality 14 karat gold and lab grown diamond pieces. They are ethically made. They use lab grown diamonds of the highest quality. The diamonds are so sparkling and gorgeous. Their pieces are handmade in Belgium, and the people behind the brand are great. They're a really small, hands-on team. They're very dedicated and they're very driven by their mission to provide ethically made, elevated, luxurious, everyday jewelry at more approachable price points. What I love most about their jewelry is that it's modular. You start with a base item that you can wear on its own, and you can purchase different add-ons to change up the style. You can also choose between yellow, white, or rose gold. And with their earrings, you start with a classic stud. It comes in 3 different sizes. Mine is the largest size. It's just this beautiful classic diamond stud with a bezel setting. These look great alone for every day for just that classic diamond stud look, or you can mix and match. For my add-ons, I have the jade, which has another diamond that drops down and it just hugs the ear perfectly. The post is adjustable, so it accommodates different earlobes. Then we have the live add-on, which I'm wearing in this ear here. It is so chic and glamorous. It has a subtle cascading look along the earlobe, and sometimes I wear it pointing down depending on the look I'm going for. Now this looks great just in one ear for an asymmetrical look, so I can have the live in one ear or just the simple stud in the other ear. It looks really cool, but I love this one so much that I actually got it for the other ear as well, so I can have 2 matching earrings. The diamonds are so sparkly. And the ear cuffs are my latest additions. I'm a big fan of ear cuffs. I only have 1 piercing in each ear, so I love to add in an ear cuff if I want to fake the look of multiple piercings. This is the Essence ear cuff. It's a simple gold hoop with a beautiful little diamond dangling down that also has a bezel setting. This you just slide onto your ear. It's super comfortable. I like to wear this one right here in the crook of my ear. It's really nice and sturdy and secure. It's very comfortable. And then on this ear here, I have the Spark ear cuff, and this one actually works as an add-on. It has this beautiful dainty chain that attaches to the stud, and it just, again, it looks really cool and edgy. It's really comfortable, and you just slide it on your ear, and obviously everybody's ear is different. You can just tell when it hits at the right spot, and I love the way it looks. It's so minimal, but it's really edgy at the same time. Highly recommend checking them out, especially if you're in the market for something special, for Mother's Day, for a graduation gift, or just to treat yourself. Their unboxing experience is really lovely. Everything comes wrapped beautifully, and they use really great padded zipper pouches as well that come in so handy for travel or for handbag organization. And they have a reward system. If you are a repeat customer, you accrue points that are redeemable for future discounts. I'll have links below to all the styles that I mentioned and to what I'm wearing, so if you're interested, be sure to check that out below and maybe treat yourself to something beautiful and sparkling for the spring season ahead. For the base, I've been going between a few options depending on my skin, but my most reached for has been either the Chanel Water Fresh Tint. This is one of my all-time favorite complexion products. As you can see, it is almost empty. This is probably my third bottle and I will 100% be repurchasing. It's truly just a barely there tint and it just leaves my skin feeling and looking better. It's truly a my skin but better product. If I want a little bit more coverage than that, or if my skin is feeling irritated, the Ciele Tint and Protect has been a great option. This also contains extra mineral SPF 50. This has, I would say, like a light to medium buildable coverage. It has a soft glow to it. I wear this in shade 4, and this is particularly great if I have any breakouts because I find that the zinc in mineral sunscreen can help tone down active breakouts. So really, really love this. Or I've been going back to Old Faithful Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I can't wear this foundation in the summertime if my skin is more oily, but when my skin is more normal or in the colder months, this foundation is great. That is what my skin is calling for today. I'm going to use shade 4.5. Let's do a mix with a pump of Chanel Water Fresh. So I do a pump of each. I mix it in the palm of my hand and then I spread it with my fingers. Base makeup can be so tricky, honestly, depending on what your skin is going through, depending on the weather. At least my skin. My skin is so temperamental depending on the environment. I really love this base combination. It looks really fresh and natural. A little bit more coverage than the Chanel Water Fresh tint by itself. You know, sometimes mixing two things that you already own can give you that feeling of something new and you don't need to go out and buy a new foundation. For concealer, I'm going to use my Old Faithful, the Sisley concealer. And then just a little drop of House Labs in shade 21. And then for my blemishes, I'll be spot concealing with the Lisa Eldridge Pinpoint Concealing Pen. I have it in shade number 4 and number 5. So I kind of mix them depending on where the blemish is on my face. Pinpoint concealing can be so tedious. I don't have time for it every day, but when I take my time, I just always love the way that my makeup looks and wears. I really, really love how natural this base is. One foundation that I purchased recently that hasn't been working that well for me has been the Estee Lauder Double Wear Soft Glow Matte Cushion Foundation. I think I just need to wait for summertime to try this again because this is very much a matte, smoothing, oil controlling type of foundation, and while my skin is combination oily, it's pretty normal right now, and added, you know, sprinkled in with the odd dehydration just because the weather has been all over the place. This just really, really emphasizes dehydration in the skin. I can see the potential in it because the one random day that I tried this, my skin was more oily and it looked absolutely beautiful. But every time I've tried to use it since then, it hasn't been great. So I'm going to try this again and report back when my skin is a bit more oily. But if you live in a humid climate and you have more combination oily skin, give this a try. I also really like the shape of the cushion applicator that it comes with. The shade is a really great shade match for me. It's 1W2 Sand. So if you're light to medium with like neutral, slightly golden olive undertones, this is a great shade. If you are more of a medium skin tone, medium dark, deep, you will not find a shade in this range. For some reason, Christian foundations always have terrible shade ranges. I'm going to set my under eyes with my Givenchy Prism Libre powder. And I did see that they launched a pressed matte powder that claims to be even better than this old discontinued formula. And I'm definitely planning on getting it to try, maybe in the Sephora sale. I tried their pressed powder formula before because the pressed powder, the Prism Libre pressed powder is not a new product, but apparently this is a reformulation. So I didn't love their old pressed powder. I tried it years ago and I just found it very unimpressive. And then for the rest of my face, I've been really enjoying the Westman Atelier powder. I have it in the shade Creme. And this is just a really beautiful, undetectable setting powder. Another exciting Westman Atelier launch that is on my radar, again, perhaps for the Sephora sale, is the cheek duos. They launched these beautiful cheek duos in their iconic shades, and I love the color of their contour stick and biscuit. Don't have the contour stick anymore because I never reach for sticks, but that actually makes for a really good cool toned, neutral to cool toned bronzer shade. So I'm intrigued in getting maybe the Biscuit Petal Duo. By far the most exciting makeup category for spring for me has been eyeshadow, which is so funny because I spent the last year in a very, very minimal, barely there eyeshadow phase. But I feel like now my inner sparkly eyeshadow monster has awakened. And the one eyeshadow palette that has awakened my love for eyeshadow has been this limited edition Chanel Utopia Quad from the Camellia Futura collection. The colors are so beautiful, they're so interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Chanel do a duochrome glitter in their eyeshadow quads before. I'm generally really unimpressed with Chanel's limited edition eyeshadow quads. I don't know, they just don't excite me until I saw this. This just really, really excited me. I was reminded of one of my favorite old limited edition makeup products, which was this Clé de Peau single shadow from 12, 13 years ago now. It was a satin eyeshadow color in 120. I don't even know if this shade ever had a name. Obviously, there's the beautiful flower on the packaging. So when I saw the rosy shade in the Chanel Quad paired with the Camellia embossing, it just really reminded me of that old Clé de Peau eyeshadow. Now the colors themselves are not similar, and since the Clé de Peau eyeshadow is so old, I never wear it on my eyes anymore. I just keep it in my nostalgic old makeup box. This is the Clé de Peau eyeshadow, and then this is the Chanel eyeshadow. And in the quad itself, the beautiful cool toned taupey gray shade and the pink shade have a satin finish. There's definitely a soft sheen to them, but there's no glitter in them. Whereas this ivory shade, this has very subtle pink and green reflex in it, and it does have some glitter. And then this is the most impactful glitter. It's a purple, blue, pink glitter, but it's quite sheer. It's not going to be that impactful in your face glitter effect that you would get from a Pat McGrath eyeshadow. This is Chanel's take on glitter, and Chanel is always very that sheer elegant approach. The way I like to use this palette is by starting with this gray. I start applying it on the outer corner very, very gently. And what I really love about this quad is that I want to use every single shade, and these colors look so beautiful. And I think this quad really shines when you're mixing and layering all the colors together, and it just looks really soft and fun and fresh. It's a perfect little palette for spring. Last time I checked, it was still in stock. I got this on the Chanel website. They also have it in stock at Nordstrom. I dipped the same brush in the pink shade. I just try to create a gradient. Like I'm going from the gray to the pink. Gray and pink are a great color combination. And I love rose pink eyeshadows. As long as it's done in a light, subtle way. So now I'm just dabbing, you know, in and out of the gray and the pink to gently carve out my eye shape. And then I like to take my finger into the ivory shade and dabbing it on the inner part of my lid. Taking more of the gray color just to emphasize the outer corner. And even this by itself can make for a beautiful, soft, everyday look. But obviously we want the full impact, so I am dabbing my finger into the duochrome glitter and then tapping that in the center of the lid. Now this is still a sheer glitter. Like the background color, the background pigment isn't strong, so this color shines when you're layering it on top of something else. But all the colors just work so beautifully together. I'm going to apply just a little bit of eyeliner. This is Chantecaille Amethyst. It's a really gorgeous dark eggplant color. This is a great eyeliner if you have brown eyes. And I'm just applying it at the root of the lashes towards the outer corner. I got the new mascara from Prada to try. This is the Pradascope Lash Extending Volume Mascara. I absolutely love the packaging. I think that they did such a great job tying in some of the house codes of the Prada fashion brand with the nylon. Here, this is a really it just feels really nice. It's a black nylon tube with the Prada logo. What enticed me about this mascara is that the wand actually looked different. I have never seen this kind of wand before. Vaguely reminded me of the Swede Lash Lift mascara, but with more of a thicker comb. So this wand and the formula is good for length and volume. What I really like about this formula is that it is long wearing, it doesn't smudge, and I have issues with a lot of mascara smudging. I've experienced zero smudging, zero transfer, and it's easy to remove. It's not a tubing mascara, but I'm able to remove it at night just with my micellar water. I wish it held a curl a little bit more, but my eyelashes are very, very straight, and it's very hard for any mascara to hold a curl for me unless it's a waterproof Japanese formula. And those are a pain in the butt to remove. Another eyeshadow palette I've really been enjoying is the NARS Afterglow Temptation Palette. Playful, warm, rosy palette with the most gorgeous glitters. I received this palette in PR and I was so impressed by it. I remember when NARS had their iconic eyeshadow duos and their eyeshadow quads. One of my favorite sparkly metallic shadows is from the NARS Mojave Eyeshadow Quad. The glitters in this palette are gorgeous. I wish that this color was less warm. This is the only color that I don't love in this palette. It's just a bit too orangey for my liking. Everything tends to pull orange on my eyelids anyway, so this is just a bit too rusty. But if I just mix it with the purple, I tone down the orange and it just ends up being a really nice mauve shade. So that's how I'm able to make it work for me. So I usually mix these and I apply them in my crease together in a very similar way to how I use the Prada Dimensions palette. This also has this fun purple shade in it, but on my eyelids, this purple does not look good all over on its own. Some people can really pull off purple eyeshadow. I like it a little bit in small amounts, but most of the time I layer it with browns just to get a hint of a whisper of purple in there, but I can't pull off a solid purple eye look. But when I'm using this quad, I usually like mixing these two together, and that's kind of how I've been using this palette. I mix these two together, but the glitters are the absolute standouts for me. And for some reason, the Prada Purple pulls warmer on my eyelids, whereas the NARS Purple has more, it's more pastel. And the NARS palette has a rosy warmth to it, whereas the Prada palette has, there's zero rose element to it. More of a straight up, you know, warm brown, a beautiful gold, and that fun purple. Now I want to swatch the rose gold shade and this really fun blue purple duochrome shade in the NARS palette against the rose and the duochrome in the Chanel palette. So the NARS shades are a bit darker, a bit warmer. There's definitely more intensity to the pigment. And the Chanel shades are just, they're more ethereal. And obviously the NARS duochrome shade has more of that background pigment to it, whereas the Chanel duochrome is more transparent. This is the Chantecaille Serena bronzer. Just a little bit of bronzer. I've been loving this lip and cheek pot. I think it's called the Pudding Pot by the brand Fwee. The texture of this product is really fun. It's quite bouncy. It kind of reminds me of the old Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse. The shade Baby is a beautiful coral shade, but it doesn't pull orange. It's a beautifully balanced coral. There's just the right amount of pink in it. It has a matte finish. It's very blurring. It's not drying on the skin at all, and it's really long lasting. There is a scent to this product, but I find it really delicious. It's a soft, fruity scent. It just smells like candy. They sell this little silicone applicator if you want to wear this product on the lips, and it just mimics the texture of your fingertip. This is such a beautiful lip color as well. You can add some lip liner to frame the lips a little bit, and it's great on its own, but if you have dry lips, chronically dehydrated lips, this formula can be a bit too drying on the lips on its own. So I usually like to layer a clear lip balm on top. This is still the best lip balm ever. How pretty is this lip combo? It's so perfect for spring. Sometimes I layer Westman Atelier lacquer just in the center of the lips for more dimension. I left my favorite lip product for last though, because Chanel launched new shades of the Rouge Ultra Tenue. This is one of my favorite lip formulas on the planet. It is extremely long wearing, but super comfortable and transfer resistant. My other favorite shade is Timeless Beige. This was a perfect My Lips But Better shade for me. A touch of caramel brown. It's a bit warmer. Absolutely love it. Then I saw the new color. This is Pink Nude. There are 3 new colors, but this is the one that enticed me the most. It's called Pink Nude. This is Pink Nude. You can see it's just has a touch more pink in it. And this is Timeless Beige. Both of these are incredible My Lips But Better shades for me. And the best part about this formula is how long lasting it is. And you really don't need to catch them all. You don't need to collect all the shades, because you can mix this formula with another lipstick to tweak the color. You can adjust the color a little bit with lip liner, with other lipsticks that you own, and then you apply the gloss top coat. So this is there's a liquid lipstick component on one end, and then there's a gloss top coat on the other. So the way I like to wear it, I put it on, and you can see this Pink Nude is literally My Lips But Better. It's such a perfect color. So we apply the liquid lip first, and then I frame my lips with a little bit of lip liner. This is 2C by Lisa Aldridge. Then if I want to layer or adjust the color by using another lipstick, this is the stage at which I do it. So let's say I want to tap on a little bit of the Westman Atelier lacquer just in the center. Then I do the gloss top coat. this lip formula is as bulletproof as it gets while still being super comfortable and not drying. Just a joy to use throughout the day. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch up with you in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.